But I am just waiting to wake up and see some actual snow on the ground outside.
No.
No?
No, I gotta be outside for like 4 hours tomorrow. No snow.
Okay, that's a good point.
I am
Sorry,
hoping
Mike.
that you, Michael Behrens, have never gotten a forecast more wrong than what you're telling me right now. Because I listened to the whole show, and I'm hoping that you're wrong.
I'm so sorry.
If you have ever wanted to find the absolute worst and dumbest of humanity, just click on the comment section of any social media post. The stuff you see there will make you wonder how humans evolved from single-celled amoeba. I mean, seriously, read what people are saying on Twitter about Kyrie Irving, the guy who's been banned from playing basketball by the Brooklyn Nets for not getting vaccinated. Amazingly, people are saying it's just like when Muhammad Ali took a stand against the Vietnam War. Yeah, you heard that right. They're comparing a guy whose stance could actually kill people to a guy who wouldn't kill people. They're also saying he's just like Colin Kaepernick, except sane people know this has nothing to do with what Colin Kaepernick did. That was a social issue. This is science, and Kyrie has it wrong.
"13 on Your Side Sports", sponsored by Van Dyke Mortgage.
Oh, if you're looking to resurrect your NBA career, it seems like the place to do it this season is right here in Grand Rapids. The Gold already have former Pacer Lance Stevenson on their roster. Now they've added another familiar face. It's Isaiah Thomas. No, not a former Piston and NBA great. We're talking about the former Celtic who was at one point one of the elite point guards in the league. That all changed in 2017 when Thomas injured his hip. Since then, he's bounced around the league with a number of teams, including the Gold's parent club Nuggets from 2018 to 2019. Thomas actually did just play in the NBA last year when he signed a 10-day contract with the Pelicans. His first game with the Gold will be Wednesday when his new team takes on Fort Wayne here in Grand Rapids. In the NBA, the Pistons' scheduled trip to the Windy City, it's off. The league postponed their game with the Bulls today due to Chicago's COVID outbreak, which has affected 10 members of the team. The Bulls game against Toronto, scheduled for Thursday, has also been called off. So far, no makeup date has been announced for either game. Detroit is back in action, hopefully, Thursday at Indiana. College basketball, Michigan State took a big jump in the latest AP poll following 2 Big Ten wins last week. The team moved up 7 spots and is now 12th in the nation. And one of the reasons for the Spartans' recent success has been their ability to push the basketball. Get this, in their win over Penn State Saturday, they had a 31-3 edge in fast break points. Head coach Tom Izzo says the team's improved rebounding, especially from Grand Rapids native Marcus Bingham, has played a huge part in this improvement.
I think cleaner rebounds when you defend well. Markey got some big rebounds. We're getting better outlets than we used to get. And one of the reasons our point guards are getting out to the wings where we want them instead of in the middle of the court asking for the ball.
I love that he calls him Markey. Bingham had 13 points Saturday. Spartans, put this on your calendar, they won't play until the 21st when they battle Oakland in Detroit. Switching it up to football, Mel Tucker said at a Peach Bowl press conference today he's not sure if he'll have Kenneth Walker in the lineup when his team plays Pittsburgh later this month. Walker's been banged up, plus there's the likely outcome the junior running back will leave school early for the NFL draft. Despite Walker being a huge impact player, all Tucker seemed to care about was Walker doing what's right for Walker.
We have to go through the practices and see, injuries are going to be a big part of it, just the health of guys. And we're going to get as many guys ready to play as we possibly can. Our guys are very good about communicating with me in terms of, what they want to do, how they feel about certain things. And so, as we go through this process, I'll have a clear picture of who's going to play.
Sounds like it's a fluid situation. They've got time to figure it out, though. The game in Atlanta is not till December 30th. Back to basketball, because after all, you can never get enough basketball. December 13th, 1983, 38 years ago today, was when the Pistons helped make history in a game that was pretty much the opposite of what the great defensive-minded coach Chuck Daly stood for. His team gave up 184 points. The good news is they managed to win in triple overtime, beating Denver, scoring 186 points. All these years later, it remains the NBA's highest scoring game. Isaiah Thomas not the one that just signed with the Gold, scored 47. So you see right there, it all comes full circle in this sports update. One last hockey note before we go. The Wings gave Robbie Fabry an extension, 3 years, $12 million. 25-year-old was in the last year of his current contract. He's got 8 goals this season. George will return with your final look at your forecast next.
The case.
This week we're arguing the case. Is it fair Jim Harbaugh is on the hot seat at Michigan? Testimony. Well, the Wolverines began practice a week ago, and you got to believe the pressure's on for Jim Harbaugh coming off a 2-4 season. A lot of people want him out, and I don't think that's fair. The guy has won 70% of his games at Michigan. Granted, I know no Big Ten titles, no national titles, but folks, 70% he wins games. Why do you want him out? Jim Harbaugh needed it, but in the end, 8th-ranked Michigan State wanted it more. How else would you explain that amazing second-half comeback? They were down 16 points, but ended up outscoring the 6th-ranked Wolverines 23-3 the rest of the way. Kenneth Walker III, big game, 5 touchdowns, and how about the defense with a couple of big stops late in the game? Michigan State now 8-0. They're still in the running to make the Big Ten championship game, and yes, they're now in the conversation for the college football playoff.